Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will show you how to track user scope custom dimension in Google Analytics 4 with Google Tag Manager. It is also known as user properties. Google Analytics 4 is flexible and you can send various parameters with events. For example, you track signups. You can also send data such as registration type or price plan. But the same flexibility also applies to users. For example, when a user logs in, you can send that user's registration country or buyer type or something else. When you send parameter about a user, they are called user property and you want to see them in the interface of Google Analytics 4, you must register them as a user scope custom dimension, and in this video I will show you how to do that. Now let's take a look at several examples where it is makes sense to use user scoped custom dimensions to send that kind of data. So first of all, user scoped custom dimension represent data that is about the user and that information does not change very often. For example, here you can see price plan. When a user sign up for your sales product, maybe I would say the first month or maybe week, that visitor will probably be using a free pricing plan. Of course, if your platform allowing that, then later when that user decide to upgrade, then that user's pricing plan might change to something like premium or paid or whatever. From that moment for quite some time, the pricing plan will remain as it is. So if you have some parameter about the user and you want to track that in Google Analytics 4, and that parameter value does not change very often, like several times a day, then it makes sense to track data at user scoped custom dimensions. Then another example could be user rating. So let's say that your customer or your user is asked after the first 2 weeks of using your software, how will you know that user rate your product from 1 to 10, for example, and then when a user enter the rating next time, this user will be asked the same question is, let's say, after 6 months or so. So as you can see, there is a pretty solid period of time where the value of user rating will not change in your database. Then another example could be visitor type. For example, if an administrator logs into his or her account, you can send that information to Google Analytics that this visitor is an administrator, and that way later in your analysis you could, for example, exclude this with segments. Now let's take a look how can you send this data to Google Analytics, and later in this video I will explain what are the implications of using user property and how are they applied to the event that you send to Google Analytics 4. This is demo website and this is the code snippet that you need to add on the head section of your website, or you can also implement it through Google Tag Manager. I would recommend to use Google Tag Manager. If you use Google Tag Manager, you will not need to wait for your developer to implement that code snippet on your website. And second thing is, if you add that code through GTM, then you will have the option to add this code snippet on a particular page. For example, if you need to track only pricing and plan page, then in this case you can just find this code on the particular page by creating a trigger. I will explain more about it later in this video. Now let's try to understand this code snippet. Here you can see event, user data, pricing plan, premium, buyer type, repeat buyer. You can customize it according to your business. For example, I have added here pricing plan. Let's suppose your business have membership plan. Then you can enter your membership plan. So first of all, we will add this code snippet through Google Tag Manager. Let's come to Google Tag Manager. Here I am on the tag section. Click on new. Click on it. Here you can see custom HTML. Just copy this code from here and paste it here. And now come to triggering. Click on it. Here you can see all pages. We can simply fire this code snippet to all the pages. But in case you want to fire this code on a specific page, for example, a page for user properties, and I just need to track this event only of this page. So in this case, I will create a trigger. Here you can see the plus icon. Click on it and click on it. select page views, and you can select here some page views. Click on it. Here you can just select page path and equals and copy this here and paste it here. And now I will name the trigger and I will save it. But now I need to add that trigger on all the pages. I just show you that if you need to add that code snippet only on some specific page, so in this way you can create a separate trigger for that and add that code on that particular page. So now I am closing it and I am selecting all page, and let's name the trigger. I am naming it data layer push. You can name whatever you want and save it. Now we will test it. Click on preview. Here you can see the page URL already here. Click on connect. Here you can see page is loaded with tag assistant. Click on continue. Here you can see the user data that you have added in code snippet. User data. Click on it and click on it. Here you can see user data, pricing plan, that is premier, buyer type, repeat buyer, all these are that we have just added. So it is implemented properly. Now, as I have already configured Google Analytics 4 in this site, and I have also implemented that code data layer code snippet. Now come to this preview page and click on variable. Now here you can see under all this data layer, there is only user data. There is no pricing plan or buyer type here because we have not created data layer in variable section. So now let's go to Google Tag Manager and go to variable sections. Click on it. Here we will create two variables, one for pricing plan for this one and another for this one. Now click on new. Name the variable. I am naming pricing plan. You can name whatever you want and click on it. Here you can see data layer variable, and I am entering here pricing underscore plan and save it. Now I will create another variable for buyer type. Click on new. Name the trigger. I am naming it buyer type. You can name whatever you want. Click on it, and here you can see data layer variable. Click on it. I am entering here buyer underscore type. Click save. So here we have created two variables. Now we will test it. Click on preview. Click on continue. Click on user data. Here you can see variable. Click on it. Here you can see data layer, buyer type, repeat buyer, and here you can see pricing plan, data layer variable, premium. So here we are seeing both variables that we just created. So it means variables have been installed properly. Basically, installing data layer variable makes trigger able to access the data from the data layer. Now let's go to Google Tag Manager. Go to Tag section. Here you can see I have already installed Google Analytics 4. Click on it and click on this pencil icon. Here you can see various options. Field to set, user property, advanced setting. Basically we will work in user properties. Click on it and here you can see property name and value. Here we will add two rows, one for pricing plan and another for buyer type. So here I am entering user property name, pricing plan, and here I am adding buyer underscore type. And now here you can see the value. Click on this plus icon, and as this is pricing plan, so here we will select pricing plan, and this one is buyer type, so we select buyer type. Now save the tag. Now we will test it. Click preview. Click on GA4. Here you can see the user property that we have added, pricing plan and buyer type. Now switch to value. Click on values, and you can see pricing plan value is premium and buyer type value is repeat buyer. And here you can see the measurement ID. So it means everything is working fine. Now we will publish the changes. Now these changes are live, but there is still something that you need to do in Google Analytics 4 interface. That is because when you send some custom data or custom parameter about the user or about the event, that parameter are not recognized by default in Google Analytics. Then you need to register it as custom dimension in Analytics. Since we are sending two custom parameters, buyer types and pricing plan, this one and this one, and we have to see the report of this parameter in report section. So go to Google Analytics 4, and here you can see custom definition, and click on create custom dimension, and here you can see dimension name, scope and event parameters. So first of all, we will name the dimension. I am naming it pricing plan, and I will select scope user. And in user property, we will need to add the property name that we have added in Google Analytics 4 user property. Go to Google Tag Manager and click here, just copy it here and paste it here and save it. So you can see that one custom dimension is created. Now we will create another custom dimension for buyer type. Click on create custom dimensions and copy it from here and paste it here. Select users, and now it is fine. Name the dimension buyer type. You can name whatever makes sense, your business, and click save. So here you can see that we have registered two custom dimension. Now GA4 will be able to report this data after 24 hours from now. You can see this data in Google Analytics. Click on report, click on engagement, click on event, click on this plus icon, and here you can see custom. Click on it. Here you can see pricing plan and buyer types. It is appearing here. So in this way you can select secondary dimension from here, and it may happen when you do it. So in this way you can select secondary dimension from here. For example, I am selecting pricing plan. It will appear here. Now you are not seeing any data because I have just created it. Again, let's come there and click on custom dimension. As you are seeing pricing plan and buyer type, I have just created. It may happen with you when you create this kind of custom dimension. You may not see that custom dimension right away. You may be wait for 1 hour, 2 hour, or maybe 24 hours. And the another place of using this dimension is reporting. Click on explore and click on freeform. Here you can see dimensions. Click on plus icon and search here. Pricing plan. Here you can see pricing plan appeared. Just check it and search buyer type. Here you can see buyer type. Check it and click on import. Here you can see pricing plan and buyer type is appearing under dimension section, and after getting that dimension here, you just need to drag it here and here, and you will see the report here. Right now you are not seeing anything because we have just implemented it, and after 24 hours you will see some data here. So this is how it is done. Thanks for watching.